I have often wondered how much I would actually be able to read if I did not have to work a full-time job. A book a day, maybe even, that would be amazing. And so I thought I would do a little bit of an experiment to see if I swap my work hours for a day with just reading for that amount of time. I have today booked off, so I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to do it. And I am gonna do 9 hours with 2:15s and a 1-hour lunch break. That way it is more authentic, and also I have the opportunity to eat and probably get some fresh air, because I'm sure after like 3 hours I'm going to be going stir crazy. But for most of the day I'm going to be closed up in my office just trying to read. It should be 7.5 hours of reading, and my prediction is that I'm going to get at least one book done, maybe 1.5. Awen is not sure if she wants to participate in this or if she just wants me to scrap the whole idea and hang out with her all day. So to start, I am going to be reading an ARC. It Could Have Been Her by Lisa Jewell. This one is coming out a little bit later this year. I don't exactly remember when, but if I put the cover on the screen, I'll put the release date on with it. I just received this ARC from NetGalley, and I've been meaning to get to it. Thank you. So I figured today was the perfect opportunity, since I get to actually just sit down and read. And if I do end up finishing this one, I am not sure what I'm going to go with after that, but probably another thriller, just because I find I never want to put thrillers down when I read them, so it would be perfect for a long chunk of reading. It is currently 1:51. Awen does not want me to show you the time. Oh my goodness, you're silly. So I am going to start in about 10 minutes, and the experiment will be underway. It is now 4:15, and I'm going to take my first 15-minute break. I'm also now on chapter 25. This book is reading pretty fast. I think I'm just over a quarter of the way done, so we are getting somewhere. I don't know actually how many pages this book is. Since it is on my Kindle and it is an ARC, it's not really saying, it's more just giving me like a rough percentage. So I will have to look that up. Maybe I'll look it up on my break and just see how many pages it actually is. That might kind of determine whether or not I'm really going to be able to read more than one book. But even if I just read one book today, I would be over the moon happy with that. But anyway, enough talking for me. I'm gonna go and take a quick break. I think I'm gonna go outside while there's still sunlight and just get a breath of fresh air, maybe a snack, and then get back to reading. It is now 6 o'clock and I think I'm gonna take my hour lunch. I can definitely feel myself getting kind of tired and like my eyes are getting fatigued, and my reading has definitely been slowing down. I am at 53% of the way through right now though, so that's at least something. I have high hopes for at least finishing this book. I did look it up and it is just shy of 400 pages, so I feel like the book and a half prediction might go out the window, but that's okay because this is a pretty hefty book and it's a little confusing right now. So I've definitely been taking my time reading it because there's a lot of characters and it's very easy to get them all mixed up. But all of that being said, I'm going to go and refuel and recharge and hopefully come back re-energized so I can finish off the back half of the day. It is now 9 o'clock and I am going to take my last 15-minute break. I am also now 81% of the way through this book, so I'm almost there, and I do think I am probably going to finish it before the night is through. But I will be honest, I am getting kind of tired and I'm also losing the motivation to read. So I don't know if I do actually end up finishing this one before 11, if I'm gonna end up picking something else up or just kind of calling it there. This book is good, but it's not 5 stars. I don't even know if a 5-star book would right now make me want to keep reading because I don't know, I'm kind of over it right now. But I'm going to persevere and I'm going to keep going. But first, I am going to take a little tiny break. It is 10:35 and I just finished It Could Have Been Her, so I do think I'm gonna call it. I don't really want to start something and just read it for 25 minutes. And it still ended up being roughly 7 hours of reading today, so I'd say that's pretty decent. That is the equivalent of what most people would probably work in a day. Pretty successful experiment. I did not get the result I had anticipated, but I also did not know the size of the book that I was reading going into it. Had I known that it was like basically a 400-page book, I probably would have lowered my expectations, but I thought it was going to be somewhere around like 300. Still, reading one book in a day is nothing to scoff at. I am really happy with that, and it is interesting to know that if I somehow won the lottery and decided to read every single day instead of working a full-time job every single day, I could read like one 400-page book every day. Unfortunately, it is not reality and I'm not a millionaire and I still have to go to work, but it is nice to know that that possibility is there. Also, if you are wondering, I am rating this book 4 stars. I did really enjoy it. There's just some things that weren't my favorite about it. The point of view changed almost every single chapter, and there were 77 chapters in this book plus an epilogue. It often changed from first person to third person, not normally my favorite thing. There was a butt ton of point of views from so many different characters. It was really hard to keep it straight sometimes. I almost considered writing out like a timeline and like a family tree to figure out who the heck was who, but I did end up still really enjoying the plot and the pacing, and I am glad I read it in basically one sitting, because had I spread it out over a couple of weeks, I would have definitely forgot who some of the characters were. So 4 stars, solid read, and I do recommend this one when it comes out. But with all of that being said, I think I'm gonna leave this one here. I hope you have a great rest of your week and happy reading.